Hey everyone, this is the Threezero, and this is going to be my review of the Threezero Game of Thrones Tyrion Lannister 1/6 scale collectible figure. I'm really late to the game on this one. Believe it or not, this is actually the first Threezero figure I ever considered getting. This came out right around the time that the Heisenberg went up for pre-order, but I wasn't exactly sure of Threezero's quality. I'd never had any products from them before, and honestly, I'd never heard of them before these figures entered my radar. And, I almost made this my first Threezero figure, but I decided to hold off on the Heisenberg figure because I figured if I was just going to get one Threezero figure, I would rather it be that one. And I was thoroughly impressed with that, so I figured, you know what, I'll go back and grab this guy while I really can afford to, because it's already kind of reaching some horrible prices on eBay. Some of them are still very reasonable, but that's because you can still somewhat get this guy in stock in some stores. I managed to, but I probably got the last one that I know of. Because I got this at Toy Wiz, Big Bad Toy Store had just sold out, there was none at Entertainment Earth. No really online retailers here that I know of in the US had this guy anymore. So, I think I got the last one. But, you know what? I'm glad I did because this is a fantastic figure. And right now, the eBay prices, when I checked this has been like 2-3 weeks now. When I checked this last on eBay, it was around the same prices. So, if you want this guy, which I highly recommend you do, just spoiler alert, yeah, I wouldn't mind paying the eBay prices, honestly. But here we go. Here's the box, and I've seen a few comments actually saying this looks like a wine box, and that's actually very fitting for the character, which I love. It is a very slim, smaller box, so it's not your typical 1/6 scale box like with Hot Toys are, like we got with the Heisenberg from Threezero. The inside clamshell is very similar, so we know what we're getting there. But it is just a slipcover. Oop, I hit my tripod. It is a very tight slipcover. As you can see, there would be the figure on the inside. There's the rest of the packaging details. Looks very nice. Put this back together. And as you can see, we got the gold falling on the letter right there, which looks really nice. So now let's go and move on to the figure itself. I'm not going to put any cuts into this video because I don't think it... Whoop, I just dropped the box. I don't think it necessitates any because it is an older review and I'm lazy. So yeah, let me pick this box up out of the floor while you stare at a blank wall. Nobody's going to watch this anyways. And here's the figure. And this thing is one of the most impressive 1/6 scale figures I've ever owned. Because of the size, the way that they've captured what Peter Dinklage actually looks like, of somebody of this actual stature, somebody of this actual size. This is a perfect representation of what a 1/6 scale figure would be. They didn't make it too small, they didn't make it too big. It's perfect. I mean, the proportions and everything. I'll just go ahead and bring his arms down so you can see. Everything just seems right. Even his hands. Although, we'll get to them hands in a little bit. But, you just look at this figure from any angle and you're like, yeah, that's Peter Dinklage. That's Tyrion. I mean, you can't not say that when you see this figure. And the head sculpt alone, look at that head sculpt. That is one of the most accurate head sculpts I've seen in a long time. And this isn't even from Hot Toys. The paint detail on the face is Hot Toys quality. The sculpting is Hot Toys quality. The hair, it is very well done, but it is not as fine as Hot Toys quality would be. But I don't see a big issue unless you're like looking at it through the camera viewfinder. If you're just looking at the figure on the shelf, you don't see a big difference at all. The way the outfit is put together is just fantastic. This is top-notch outfit. Tailoring. There we go. That's what I was looking for. The boots, they do leave a little bit to be desired because there is no kind of ankle articulation, no ankle pivot. And we're going to get to the accessories here in a second, but he is kind of lacking a little bit. So, Yeah. If you want to see somebody take apart this figure and see what all is underneath, all the cool engineering that they put into this figure, look up the Clipper King. I think that's what he goes by now. I started following when he was the Reviewer King, but I know he was Clipper King before then. Had to change his name, all that good stuff. But, you know, to me, he is one of the best 1/6 scale reviewers in the business. No bullshit reviews. But he is actually the guy who got me interested in this figure. Got me interested in Threezero in general. And like I said, he takes this figure apart very meticulously and shows you everything that's up under this figure, how they have a specially designed body and everything. And it is just masterful, the amount of engineering that went into this figure. And you can get this for about $120, $130, which, you know, is what I would pay for at $130. And that is a wonderful price for this figure. So it is a little bit lacking in accessories, which seems to be something that happens with all Threezero's figures. I don't mind that too much, as long as the accessories that come with suit the character. You know, something that you would want to use. But you see he's got his wine goblet. Let's go ahead and take that out of his hand right now. Those are the hands that came in the figure. I have not done a single hand swap on this yet. So let's go ahead and look down here. Here is the wine goblet. No wine. But you can see it is very nicely detailed. I love the little sheen that's got on it. You probably hear my camera ruin right now because I don't have a shotty mic. But yeah, this feels like it could be a little bit fragile, so I would be careful with that just because the thin post. But that looks great. We also get a book, which that looks just like an actual book. I mean, that looks like you could literally open this thing. I think I said that in my unboxing. That looks great. Look at all the little pages in there. And look at that. That looks like an actual book. You can't see any sculpting lines whatsoever. It literally just looks like I could just open it up right now, but it's just a solid chunk of plastic. This is a good piece of work from Threezero right here. It says, The History of the Great Sieges of Westeros by, I'm not even going to try and pronounce that. And look at the spine. Look at the detail on the spine here. Look at that. That's even legible. That is just crazy. Really good engineering went into that. Now here we go. Pardon my cough there. Here we go with the biggest negative for this figure. And it was a negative that a lot of people had with the Heisenberg figure, which I didn't mind. But it's the hands. I minded on this guy. What in the world happened with these? Whoa. I mean, Threezero is not going to really hear my complaints on this because it's been so long since this figure's been. It's been like over a year since this figure's been on the market. So they've probably heard this time and time again and already corrected this issue, but look at these hands. There's like a black wash over the hands. I don't understand. What? Like, look at the skin tone on his face compared to this. That is just crazy. I just don't understand why they would do a black wash on here. For the rings, yeah, but for the whole hand? Eh. It looks cel-shaded to an extent. It looks like the Telltale Game of Thrones version, you know, from the video game. Looks like that version of Tyrion, kind of. Which I actually would not mind a repaint of, honestly. Because that was a pretty cool, that'd be a nice variant. But yeah. Otherwise, they're nicely detailed. Very nicely detailed. And like I said, they are accurate to somebody of his stature. And the rings are expertly detailed as well. And they're on all the hands, all four of them. But yeah, that one, as you see, the black wash is the worst. Look at the nails. Oh, the little hand just came off. Well, I hadn't done a hand swap yet. Now I'm going to have to. Yeah, so yeah, you can see the black wash on that is just the worst. And sorry about the shadows from my camera because I don't have lights. Because I'm not a big studio person. Yeah. That's just the black wash killing it. That's all it is. The sculpting is great. So, let's try putting on another one of these hands. You do not get spare hand pegs with this, so if you break these, you're fucked. I'm going to try to make a good pose here. Give me a sugar. Ta-da! Oh, that's his foot. Ta-da! Tyrion hand palm. But yeah, look at that. You can see how different the actual hand is to the face there. That is... Yeah. That definitely should not deter you from getting this figure, especially for the price that it's at. And if you're a decent enough painter, you can easily fix this problem. I'm not, so yeah. It doesn't bother me too bad. I'm not like, oh god, I'm not going to buy this figure. I knew about this problem beforehand when I was getting this figure. I just hoped mine wasn't going to be this bad, because I've seen some where they kind of looked okay. But, yeah. It doesn't look so bad from certain angles. But others it does. So yeah, it is a bit disheartening to see those hands like that. And, of course, the biggest issue with any Threezero figure that I own currently, and any Threezero figure that I've seen in the future, no frickin' stand. I don't understand why they don't include stands. Even Sideshow includes stands, and they're cheap as hell. So, you know, whatever. But, yeah, look at that. There we go. That's a nice pose. This guy is really fun to pose around. Like, I just wish he came with more accessories. I really do. So let's everybody's done this pose in all their reviews. But I'm gonna, jump on the bandwagon. Why not? There we go. He's holding his book. There we go. Using all his accessories. Except for the two hands. There is an exclusive version of this floating around out there, which comes with a sword and a belt for the sword and a hand to hold the sword. So three extra items that are not included with this set. I kind of wish they included those, but I would have never posed those with Tyrion anyways. To me, for his character, I don't see him ever really holding a sword. I mean, we know he does. We've seen the show. But he's just not that type of guy. When he does it reluctantly. Reluctantly, there we go. So, for me, that's not a need to have accessory. But it's very lacking in terms of actual accessories. I'm kind of okay with what we got. They could have chucked in a few extra ones, maybe. I mean, really, the only thing that interacts with the show, wine, books, and women. So they could have included like a Fison figure, maybe. No, God, no. That's like the only other thing. It's like, maybe that would fit his character, but otherwise, I can't really think of anything else they could have included with this guy. Maybe an alternate head sculpt. That would have been great. With the scar going down his face, that would have been great if he had an alternate head sculpt. But I don't really think he needed too much more. And for the price, I think it's great. It's just them hands. They're, good God, they're so terrible. I mean, like I said, it's not a deal breaker, and they're not terrible. I'm just saying, look at them with the blackwash. I don't understand the reasoning for the blackwash, but like I said, this is an old issue that I'm complaining about. I'm singing to the choir, or preaching to the choir at this point in time. Threezero's already heard that. They're correcting it on all their future figures. Like that's not an issue with my Heisenberg figure whatsoever. I actually really like the hands on my Heisenberg figure. So, should you go back and pick this figure up? Yeah. If you can fight it for a good price like I did, and you're a Game of Thrones fan, I wholeheartedly recommend you pick it up. I don't like the idea they don't have stands. I wish they had stands, because that would be great. I like stands. Every company includes stands except for Threezero. I wish they had stands. I wish they had stands. And I'm going to keep saying that for every Threezero figure I buy, because I wish they had stands. But, yeah, I've been the Threezero for Click Phoenix Entertainment. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, leave in the comments down below. Let me know what you think about this Game of Thrones Tyrion figure. Let me know what you think about Threezero in general. Let me know if you're going to pick this figure up now that you've seen this review. I mean, like I said, it's been a long time since this thing's been out. So if you're going to pick it up, probably pick it up by now. But like I said, if you can find it for a good price and you didn't know about this beforehand, do it. Like I said, them hands don't look so bad in person from afar, but when you get up close, I don't understand the logic. But hey, whatever. See you guys in the next video.